In this video, we'll uncover the most valuable full rust dirty condition, Monticello 5 cents, Jefferson nickel coins you should be on the lookout for. We'll break down what makes these coins so special, how much they're worth in today's market, and what you need to know to sell them successfully at auction. First up, the 1985 Jefferson Nickel, part of the United States' long-running 5-cent series, carries significant historical weight. Its design is rooted in the legacy of President Thomas Jefferson, one of America's founding fathers and the third president. Jefferson's image has been featured on the nickel since the series was introduced in 1938. The nickel has undergone various design changes throughout its history, but it is the depiction of Jefferson's home, Monticello, that is most recognized in the coin's reverse design. Minted in Philadelphia. Mint mark the 1985 Jefferson nickel was part of the continued effort by the U.S. Mint to create a coin that reflected both national heritage and the symbolism of freedom. However, what makes this coin particularly noteworthy is its rarity in certain conditions, especially when found in a state like full rust color or dirty condition, as these imperfections significantly alter the coin's overall value. The 1985 Jefferson nickel, minted in large quantities, had an estimated mintage of over 1 billion coins, making it a relatively common date in the series. However, when the coin shows unique wear patterns or imperfections like rust or tarnish, its value can skyrocket. Full rust, or a heavily tarnished look, often means the coin spent time exposed to harsh environments or was improperly stored. This can create a distinctive patina that some collectors seek, either as part of a set of unique damaged coins or because they hold a sort of nostalgic or historical charm. The rarity lies not in its mintage, but in the specific condition and the visual characteristics that can occur over time. The condition of the coin, whether it's tarnished, rusted, or showing other signs of significant wear, can increase its desirability in niche collecting circles. In fact, coins that showcase a unique pattern of aging, like rusted colors, tend to attract higher bids in today's auction markets, where collectors value these imperfections as part of a coin's unique story. However, when this coin is found in a rusted or dirty condition, some of these finer details may be obscured. The color shifts, especially the deep browns or reds caused by oxidation, alter how collectors view the coin's beauty. It's this unique look that catches the attention of buyers on the auction floor. They're not only purchasing the historical weight of the coin, but the story that is told through its damage and aging process. At face value, the 1985 Jefferson nickel is just 5 cents. But when it's found in dirty or rusted conditions, its value can increase substantially depending on the degree of wear, how rare the rusted pattern is, and whether there are any other unique features or errors present. Coins in full rust color can fetch thousands or even $20,000s at auctions, particularly if they are presented as part of a collection focused on damaged or altered coins. Auction houses have reported seeing 1985 Jefferson nickels with rust patterns or significant tarnishing attracting bids anywhere from $39,500, with some even surpassing that amount if the coin has significant historical appeal or provenance. If you find one of these coins, especially in a dirty or rusted state, it's worth consulting with a professional numismatist to assess its true value. While the 1985 Jefferson nickel may not feature major minting errors like some of the rarer coins from the same series, its unique aging process is enough to stir interest in collectors. The market for rusted or tarnished coins has grown, particularly as collectors seek out items that are atypical of what you'd usually find in circulation. For collectors, it's not just about owning a coin, it's about owning a piece of history. The 1985 Jefferson nickel's rusted or dirty condition makes it particularly interesting to those who value the story behind a coin and its journey through time. Collectors of altered coins, environmental damage enthusiasts, and those who focus on coins with unique patinas are especially keen on this coin. Next up, the 1966 Jefferson nickel holds a special place in the long history of U.S. coinage. With a design by Felix Schlag, Jefferson's profile and Monticello have graced the coin for decades. By the 1960s, the nickel had become a well-established symbol of American heritage, and its design was widely recognized by the public. However, the 1966 Jefferson Nickel is not only noteworthy for its design, but also for the unique aspects it presents. The large date version of the coin stands out, especially when found in dirty or blackened condition. Over the years, various environmental factors have contributed to the coin's discoloration, leading to coins that are blackened with tarnish, which often appeals to collectors with a penchant for more rare, unusual coin conditions. The 1966 Jefferson Nickel had a relatively high mintage, with well over 1 billion coins produced that year. As a result, the coin is relatively common in terms of availability. However, the existence of a large date variant, combined with the fact that it's often found in a blackened or tarnished condition, adds a layer of rarity to this coin. The combination of its age, large date variant, and the discolored look of the coin makes it highly sought after by collectors looking for specimens that stand out. Although large date variants are not always worth significantly more than their small date counterparts, the 1966 large date is prized for its history and its distinctive look when found in a blackened, dirty state. The tarnish adds a sense of authenticity and history to the coin that appeals to numismatists who want something other than the clean, pristine examples. When the coin is found in a dirty, blackened condition, these details may be obscured, giving the coin a unique and intriguing look that enhances its value. The tarnish can create dark hues of black, gray, and brown, altering the coin's natural appearance, which can sometimes obscure finer details like Jefferson's face or the Monticello building. But for the discerning collector, this only adds to the uniqueness of the coin. While the 1966 Jefferson Nickel isn't considered a rare date in itself, its value in blackened, dirty condition can still fetch a premium due to its distinctive appearance. Depending on the extent of the tarnish and how the coin has been preserved, these coins can see auction values rise above face value, ranging from $210,000 for a well-preserved specimen in dirty condition. As with many other tarnished coins, collectors are interested in the coin's appearance and its story, rather than its typical use in circulation. The 1966 large date is often sought after in all conditions, but its value can increase substantially when found in unusual states, such as heavily tarnished or blackened. Collectors of error coins, or those interested in the uniqueness of environmental damage, often target these kinds of coins for their collections. The combination of the large date and the blackened condition makes it especially appealing to these enthusiasts. Next up, the 1970 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel. This specific coin, marked by an unusual error, presents a captivating example of how small mistakes in minting can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into something valuable, sought after, and full of history. This particular nickel, with its D mint mark and rust-red discoloration, is an interesting specimen in today's market. In 1970, however, a number of economic factors influenced the coinage produced by the U.S. Mint. The transition from silver to base metal coins in the 1960s had left a lasting imprint on coin design and production. The nickel, which had previously been composed of a 35% silver alloy, became a composition of copper and nickel. This change was essential for the Mint's ability to continue producing coins without depleting silver reserves. By 1970, the U.S. Mint was also experiencing an increase in coin production, particularly because of the burgeoning baby boomer population, the rise of consumerism, and increased circulation needs. Coins from this time period would often exhibit varying levels of quality due to increased demand and less than perfect minting processes. The 1970 Jefferson Nickel is no exception, and certain varieties, such as the one we are discussing today, were marked by small but significant errors that have contributed to their unique value. The 1970 Jefferson Nickel was produced in relatively large quantities, as it was needed for circulation across the United States. The total mintage across various mint facilities amounted to over 200 million coins. However, what makes this specific 1970 nickel stand out isn't its mintage but rather its distinctive error and condition, which set it apart from the regular examples. This coin is part of the regular circulation series, but it carries the D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin features a depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's home in Virginia. The obverse, of course, carries a right-facing portrait of Jefferson himself, a design that has remained a hallmark of the nickel for many decades. Now, the most fascinating feature of this coin is the D small error mint mark. What does this mean for collectors? Mint marks, which indicate where a coin was produced, are generally small stamps located on the reverse of the coin. However, occasionally, errors can occur where the mint mark is either incorrectly placed or improperly struck. In this case, a D small error mint mark refers to a small flaw that occurred during the die process, leading to an unusually small D mint mark. This was not intentional, and it's these unintentional mistakes that can cause a coin to become much more valuable. This coin has an even rarer and more intriguing aspect: its full rust red color in a dirty, discolored condition. Rust red discoloration can happen when coins are exposed to the elements for a long period. For the 1970 Jefferson Nickel, this exposure, coupled with an imperfect minting error, enhances its uniqueness. Collectors typically seek coins with a mix of historical significance, rarity, and visual peculiarity, making this coin particularly desirable. The rust red color often stems from oxidization or the chemical reactions that can occur when coins are not stored properly. If the coin is left exposed to moisture, salt air, or dirt over a long period, it can develop an unsightly patina that can devalue its appearance. However, when combined with an error, like the small D mint mark, such discolored coins can become highly prized among collectors who are after rare, one-of-a-kind pieces. So, how much is this 1970 Jefferson Nickel worth in today's market? Well, that's where it gets interesting. Coins that show significant errors, especially those that exhibit rare features like a small mint mark, rust red discoloration, and damage, can fetch substantial amounts in auctions. Coins of similar vintage, even without these special features, can range in value. But when these additional factors come into play, the value escalates significantly. In today's auction market, a 1970 Jefferson Nickel with the D mint mark error, especially in a condition as unique as this one, can sell anywhere from $91,400 or more, depending on the exact quality of the error and the condition of the coin. A nickel in good condition might see bids around $500, but when collectors are bidding for a coin with an unusual error and a distinctive appearance like full rust red discoloration, the price can skyrocket. For example, some particularly well-preserved or highly coveted versions of such coins have reached upwards of $200,000. Coins with errors have always held a special place in the hearts of collectors, and the 1970 Jefferson Nickel is no exception. What makes this coin even more intriguing to collectors is the added complexity of the rust red color and its dirty condition. Often, collectors are drawn to the coin's S. Next up, the 2000 Monticello 5 cents Jefferson Nickel with P mint mark, which stands out for its rust black discoloration and bad condition. Despite its seemingly poor physical state, this coin carries historical intrigue and collector interest, making it a valuable addition to auctions today. Let's uncover the story behind this coin, its key features, and its significance in the numismatic world. The year 2000 marked the turn of the millennium and was a time of global optimism and change. For the U.S. Mint, it was also a year of high production volumes, driven by the demand for coins in circulation. The Jefferson Nickel had already enjoyed a long legacy by 2000, being one of the few designs to persist for decades with minimal changes. However, this consistency in design and production made errors and rare varieties even more significant to collectors. By the year 2000, Jefferson Nickels were produced using the standard composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel. They were struck at 3 major mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from the Philadelphia Mint bear the P mint mark, which is the distinguishing feature of the coin we're exploring today. In 2000, the Philadelphia Mint produced an impressive 894,880,000 Jefferson Nickels. This high mintage number reflects the coin's role as a workhorse in the U.S. economy. However, within such a vast production run, occasional errors or irregularities inevitably occurred. Coins struck during this period might exhibit minor to major flaws, including misaligned dies, doubling, or variations in the mint mark. The mint mark, AP, is prominently displayed on the reverse, just above Monticello. While the design itself follows the standard pattern, the condition of this specific coin and its discoloration set it apart from the rest. What makes this particular coin intriguing is its rust-black discoloration and poor condition. This level of wear and discoloration often results from prolonged exposure to harsh environmental elements. Over time, factors like moisture, dirt, and chemical exposure can cause a coin's surface to oxidize, leading to the dark, uneven patina seen on this specimen. While bad condition generally diminishes a coin's value, certain factors, such as historical significance, rarity, or unique features, can make even poorly preserved coins valuable. In this case, the rust-black discoloration adds an element of character and intrigue, particularly for collectors who seek coins with unusual appearances or backstories. Now, let's talk about what collectors are willing to pay for this coin in today's auction market. A standard 2000 Jefferson nickel in good condition typically holds little more than face value unless it has unique features or errors. However, this particular coin, with its rust-black discoloration and distinctive bad condition, becomes a rarity that attracts niche collectors. Coins like this can sell for anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000 at auctions, depending on the level of interest from bidders and the exact nature of the discoloration. Some collectors specialize in environmental damage coins, seeking out pieces that have survived unique conditions or tell a story of their journey through time. The P mint mark adds to the appeal, as collectors often look for specific mint locations to complete their Jefferson nickel sets. While Denver and San Francisco coins are also popular, Philadelphia coins with noticeable flaws or distinct discoloration often garner more attention. For example, recent auctions have seen similarly flawed coins with discoloration fetch as much as $500,000, especially when paired with interesting provenance or additional minting errors. If this coin also exhibits any die anomalies, such as doubling or weak strikes, its value could rise even further, potentially reaching $510,000 or more. What makes this coin so appealing to collectors? First, there's the mystery behind its discoloration and condition. Coins with unusual appearances often spark curiosity and conversation, making them standout pieces in any collection. Second, the year 2000 carries a certain nostalgia and significance as the beginning of the 21st century, adding historical value to coins from this period. Collectors are also drawn to the challenge of finding unique pieces within high mintage runs. With nearly 900 million 2000 Jefferson nickels produced at the Philadelphia Mint, finding one with significant discoloration or damage is rare, making this coin a prized find for enthusiasts. Additionally, some collectors specialize in error coins or damaged coins, seeking out pieces that defy traditional grading standards. For these individuals, the 2000 Jefferson nickel, with its rust-black patina and bad condition, represents a perfect blend of imperfection and rarity. Next up, the 1989 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark, in dirty condition. It's surprising to some that even a coin in such a state can hold significant market value, but that's exactly what we're going to explore. The 1989 Jefferson nickel falls into a series that was first introduced to honor President Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, who is remembered not only for his role in the founding of the nation, but also for his legacy as a philosopher and statesman. The Monticello nickel series is significant because it marks the first time in U.S. coinage history that the reverse featured a prominent American landmark, Monticello, the home of President Jefferson. By 1989, this coin was part of a long tradition of commemorating Jefferson, but unlike earlier versions, the coin had already gone through a few design changes. Initially, the Jefferson nickel was released in the 1938 series, and over the years, it underwent subtle design shifts, like the introduction of the P mint mark in 1989. In terms of market value, the 1989 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark, even in dirty condition, can command a surprisingly high price at auction. This is largely due to its rarity, the public interest in Jefferson-themed coins, and the fact that coins in less than perfect condition are often overlooked by less experienced collectors, leaving a few key examples to fetch much higher prices. The condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its auction value. Despite being dirty, which might scare off some potential buyers, collectors are often willing to pay a premium for this coin because of its limited availability and its connection to an important historical figure. The 1989 nickel with a P mint mark was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, and only 674 million were struck. In comparison to other dates, this amount was relatively high, but it's still considered rare for a nickel of this age to survive in such excellent condition. A dirty coin can still carry significant value due to its rarity and unique history. Mintage for the 1989 Jefferson Nickel with the P mint mark stood at 674,102,000 coins. This was part of a regular annual issue, but the P mint mark itself signifies a significant historical milestone in U.S. coinage. 1989 was the year the U.S. Mint began using a P mint mark for coins minted in Philadelphia, a shift from the previous practice where coins from that mint had no mint mark at all. This change, while subtle, has made the P mint mark coins, like the 1989 Jefferson Nickel, especially popular among collectors who appreciate the historical shifts in U.S. coinage. Despite the coin being in dirty condition, many collectors value it because of the iconic symbolism of the Monticello building and the presidential legacy. Dirt and grime on a coin don't always diminish its value. In some cases, it's even seen as a symbol of the coin's age and history. While the 1989 Jefferson Nickel is not known for major minting errors, the key interest among collectors revolves around the P mint mark itself. Some collectors may focus on certain variations of the 1989 nickel, like certain die varieties, but the 1989 P mint mark nickel stands out for its historical significance as the first year this mint mark appeared on Jefferson nickels. Additionally, certain conditions of these coins, like those found in dirty states, have a niche market of collectors who find beauty in the ass's nature of the coin. Many collectors find it appealing to acquire a coin with a patina of age, especially if it has unique characteristics or is a historical relic. These elements are key when considering the increasing market value of this coin. The value of the 1989 P. Jefferson nickel in dirty condition varies, but collectors have reported values from around $30,000 depending on its specific wear and any possible minting errors. Next up, the most valuable United States Monticello 5 cents, Jefferson Nickel, 1944 with large date and large P, mint mark in circulated condition. This is an iconic coin from a unique period in American history, and its value in the market is a reflection of both its historical significance and the rarity associated with certain features of the coin. The 1944 Jefferson Nickel was minted during a time of World War II, when the U.S. economy was heavily impacted by the war effort. During this period, the U.S. Mint faced a shortage of copper and other metals, and therefore, in 1942, the government made a significant change in the composition of the Jefferson Nickel. The Mint switched to using silver and other war-related metals to aid the war effort. The 1944 Jefferson Nickel is a bit different than other Jefferson Nickels from the 1940s due to the large date and large P mint mark varieties, which make it especially sought after. During the minting of these coins, there were some variations in the die used to strike them, and the large date and mint mark give collectors a distinctive variety to focus on. The 1944 large date. Jefferson Nickel with the large P mint mark in circulated condition holds a value that can fluctuate depending on its exact wear, but it is still highly sought after by collectors. While its mintage was relatively high, over 119 million, its place in history during the war years, combined with its rarity in specific conditions, has driven its market value up. Auction results often place this coin in the range of $300,000, with certain well-preserved specimens achieving even higher prices. The most significant aspect driving up the value of the 1944 Jefferson Nickel is its place in the broader context of World War II-era coinage. Collectors often seek these coins because they're considered a part of American wartime history, reflecting the resourcefulness of the U.S. Mint during a time of global conflict. The 1944 Jefferson Nickel had a large mintage, as it was part of the regular nickel coinage series. However, what sets this coin apart is the specific variation of the large date with the large P mint mark. This feature was a result of a change in the minting dies that occurred during the 1944 production, making this specific variation much rarer and highly valued by collectors. Like all Jefferson nickels, the coin features a bust of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The 1944 Jefferson nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel, although, as mentioned earlier, its design underwent changes due to the war effort, particularly with the use of more silver in wartime nickels. While the primary value in the 1944 Jefferson nickel comes from its large date and large P mint mark, the coin is often sought after for other error features, including die cracks and double strikes. Collectors who specialize in error coins can often find substantial value in these varieties. Furthermore, coins that have aged gracefully in circulated condition tend to bring higher interest among collectors who want a historical, untouched example. As with other wartime coins, the 1944 Jefferson nickel also carries a unique appeal due to its connection to the Second World War. Collectors of wartime coins often focus on the different compositions and variations to complete their collections, which increases demand and drives up value. Next up, the Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, has become one of the most enduring and iconic coins in U.S. history. In 1999, the U.S. Mint continued the tradition with a coin that represented both the historical figure of Thomas Jefferson and the architecture of his famous Monticello estate. However, not all Jefferson nickels are created equal. The 1999 large-date Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark is a particularly rare find in today's market, especially when found in unique conditions like a color-changed or dirty state. The year 1999 marked the 200th anniversary of the death of Thomas Jefferson, which made the coin a special edition. The United States Mint released these coins as part of a continuing series that celebrated Jefferson's legacy. Although the coin itself may not have been produced in extremely low numbers, it is the specific condition of the 1999 large-date P mint mark nickel that has piqued the interest of collectors. The total mintage for the 1999 Jefferson nickel was quite substantial, making the coin relatively common when compared to others in the series. However, the large date variety stands out due to a distinctive design alteration. The size of the digits for the date is noticeably larger than on previous nickels. This feature, while subtle, became one of the focal points of the coin's uniqueness. The obverse features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse showcases Monticello, his famed home, designed by famed engraver Felix Schlag. The P mint mark signifies that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, adding a regional factor for collectors. However, it is not the design alone that increases the coin's value. It's the condition in which it is found that often makes the difference. Now, let's address the most crucial aspect: value. A 1999 Jefferson nickel, in poor or dirty condition, especially with a color change, may seem like a coin not worth much at first glance. However, when rare coins such as these are found with unique characteristics, like discoloration or alterations in their patina, they can actually skyrocket in value at auctions. For instance, a 1999 large-date Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark in color-changed dirty condition may fetch between $100,000, or depending on the extent of the damage and how well-known the coin is among collectors. The reason these coins hold value in poor condition lies in their rarity and appeal to collectors interested in imperfections, errors, or unique patinas. Collectors are constantly looking for coins that stand out, and the unique tarnish or discoloration of this particular coin adds an element of intrigue. Over time, the value of this coin can increase significantly, especially if it's preserved or restored appropriately. The primary reason for the collector interest in the 1999 Jefferson nickel in poor condition is not just the age or rarity of the coin itself, but its unique color changes or corrosion. Over time, coins that have been exposed to moisture, air, and other environmental factors can undergo a transformation in color. This patina, while typically seen as a defect, can actually be a fascinating attribute for certain collectors who are interested in coins with a history. The 1999 large-date Jefferson nickel is sometimes found with various mint errors or anomalies, adding to its appeal. Some of these include off-center strikes, doubling of the date, or other notable errors that make a coin more valuable. These types of mistakes or irregularities often result in a higher bidding price at auctions, especially among die-hard collectors who appreciate imperfections in coins as much as their more pristine counterparts. Next up, the 2002, where the United States Mint continued to produce Jefferson nickels with the same fundamental design, but with a few subtle differences. By this time, the Jefferson nickel had become a staple of American coinage, yet the coin from this particular year is far from ordinary. The 2002 Jefferson nickel, with a large date and the P mint mark, especially in a red rusted condition, has quickly gained attention in the coin market. While 2002 was not a milestone year like 1999, it does carry historical significance as the mint continued to strike millions of nickels in honor of Thomas Jefferson and his legacy. However, the main draw for collectors is not the minting year or the basic design features, but the fascinating red rust appearance that some of these coins acquire over time due to environmental exposure. Much like the 1999 issue, the 2002 Jefferson nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. On the reverse, Monticello is again depicted, making this nickel a continuation of the earlier designs from the 1938 series. However, the real rarity and intrigue come from the condition of the 2002 coin. Some of these coins have been found with a reddish, rust-like coloration on the surface, likely due to exposure to moisture, chemicals, or poor storage conditions. While this rust may initially seem like damage, it is the exact feature that makes these coins stand out in the market. The unusual coloration creates a visual anomaly, making them instantly recognizable among coin collectors. In terms of mintage, the 2002 nickel was produced in typical quantities for a regular issue, but the existence of a bad condition version with this unusual red rusted effect adds an element of scarcity, even though the coin itself is not rare by mintage numbers. When looking at the value of a 2002 Jefferson nickel in red, rusted condition, collectors are often drawn to the unique characteristics of the coin. Despite its apparent wear and tear, coins in this condition can fetch between $10,000 at auction, depending on the severity of the rust, the overall coin condition, and demand from interested buyers. The unique color and condition elevate the value significantly above a typical, well-preserved example of the 2002 Jefferson nickel. Coin enthusiasts who specialize in unusual conditions, such as rusted or heavily tarnished coins, often see these types of nickels as something of a collectible treasure. Their imperfection adds a certain charm, and collectors who focus on these unique characteristics are willing to pay a premium for them. The 2002 Jefferson nickel is another coin that has garnered attention for its potential mint errors, like the 1999 version. However, the rust condition is less about minting flaws and more about external factors. This type of coin is perfect for those looking to add an unusual piece to their collection. Its status as a coin that has undergone an environmental change, leading to the red rust effect, makes it one of those perfect examples of how even flawed coins can become coveted treasures in the numismatic world. Next up, the 1982 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson nickel with a D-error mint mark in fine condition is one of the most fascinating and valuable coins for collectors. While the 5-cent Jefferson nickel itself is a regular part of American coinage, it's the rare D-error mint mark on this coin that adds a layer of intrigue and rarity, driving its value in today's auction market. The Jefferson nickel, first minted in 1938, replaced the Buffalo nickel and remains one of the most iconic designs in U.S. numismatics. The 1982 issue was part of the ongoing series featuring Thomas Jefferson's portrait, designed by Felix Schlag. However, in 1982, a minting error occurred that would make this specific coin stand out: the incorrect mint mark placement. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was operating under high pressure to produce an increased volume of coins. It's during this time that errors, such as the D error on the 1982 nickel, began to surface. This specific coin was minted at the Denver Mint, but the error in mint marking led to an incorrect marking of the D mint mark, which did not align with the usual location. This error, while not massive in number, has created significant interest among collectors. When it comes to its value, the 1982 Monticello 5-cent Jefferson Nickel with the D-error mint mark in fine condition is worth considerably more than its standard counterpart. Depending on its exact condition, these coins can range in price from $2,500 over $5,000 at auction. The key factor in this valuation is the rarity and the uniqueness of the minting error, as well as the coin's historical importance. In fine condition, collectors are particularly interested in the error because it signifies the coin's historical journey through the U.S. Mint. Collectors often look for well-preserved examples of these error coins, as they are rare to come by in high-grade conditions. The rarity, combined with its association with the error and the well-known Jefferson design, positions it as one of the more valuable nickels in the market. The 1982 Jefferson Nickel had a large mintage in both its Philadelphia and Denver versions. However, only a fraction of those coins feature the D-error mint mark, making the error examples exceptionally rare. For this particular error to have happened, it likely resulted from a minting machine malfunction or operator mistake during the striking process. Although the precise number of these error coins in circulation is unknown, estimates suggest that only a handful of the 1982 Jefferson nickels with the D error are in fine condition. This scarcity has driven up their auction prices over time. The design of the 1982 Jefferson nickel is based on the classic image of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The obverse features a profile portrait of Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse side, you'll see an image of Jefferson's home, Monticello, along with the words E pluribus unum and the year 5 cents. The 1982 coin was struck with a standard nickel composition and has the typical 21.2 mm diameter and weighs 5 grams. The design, however, is overshadowed by the error, where the D mint mark on some coins was placed improperly, making these coins instantly recognizable to collectors looking for unique minting anomalies. Errors in mint marks are highly coveted by collectors, and this one in particular caught the attention of numismatists worldwide. Errors can arise from a variety of factors, but when they do occur, they create the potential for enormous value. This specific minting flaw occurred due to a mistake in the placement of the mint mark, which created an irregular positioning that is instantly noticeable when examined closely. Collectors are willing to pay a premium for such errors because of their rarity and historical significance. As one of the more famous error coins from the early 1980s, this nickel is often considered a gem in the collections of those seeking rare and valuable U.S. coinage. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures.